Okay. Okay. Maybe a quick stand-up. I'm gonna get the game as soon as I stand up. Little march in place. Couple 2-3 squats while we're queuing. Can we do that? Can we do a couple squats? Oh, my legs are creaking. Okay, and we gotta go. Sit down. Get ready. I almost ended up on live stream. Failed the chair wiggled out from under me. Okay, cool. It's Black Panda of the 9 Pool clan. Black Panda of the 9 Pool clan. So what do you make? 3 extractors, I guess? No. It's 2 extractors and a pool, obviously, dude. That's how you 9 pool.
We don't have enough minerals. That'll cost more minerals than we have.
Game plan seems solid. Cool. You mean game plan of making the robo earlier, or my game plan just overall in the PvT, if I'm playing standard? I hate it when people say U2, it's so weird. This is at least somebody typing out the entire words U2, right? Like, when they just say U2, that's lazy, because you're only entering 2 keystrokes to my 4. I'm like, good luck, right?
That'll cost more minerals.
It's like they're trying to garner an advantage by me being banner.
We don't have enough minerals.
I'm kidding, of course. Back to the grind. Cannibal Sheep. Great to see you. Go check out his stream and Guitar Cheese's stream if you have never given them a whirl before. They are both really good guys. Overall solid, just have to respond more to what your opponent is doing properly. Yes. This is the exact skill that I would like to further develop. And this is why I think I said maybe a little bit before you got here, but to everybody else who was here, I hate that minimal match. Oh my god, it makes the perfect job. This is why I said that we might see some macro mistakes out of me in my practice for the next couple weeks here, because I'm trying to push myself to be a little more active on the map with my units, and to try to think a little bit more critically, even if it distracts me from my macro. I used to have so much ego invested in my macro as a player that I really struggled to make those investments in information. And so what would happen is the game is effectively then a dice roll based on whether I, before the game even started, picked the build that would beat my opponent's build. Does that make sense? And so we don't want to be playing StarCraft that way. That's not an efficient way to go about it, right? Because I'm never going to get any better than whatever my random luck or the current metagame is if I do that. So I have to just stop being embarrassed if I make those macro mistakes while I'm learning to multitask a little better and control my units more. And so that's kind of the mission.
That'll cost more minerals.
Yes,
nice. Glory to the Daemon.
You're gonna rally right there. We're going from probes.
We don't have enough minerals.
Cool. Good stuff. I'm gonna hockey this.
Yes,
I'm gonna shade her.
Executor.
Nice. I want to not be looking at my base. I'm trying to get out of the habit of staring at my base. This isn't done yet. I don't have anything.
Where shall we march?
Okay, now what we want to do? Probes. Shade this in the mineral line. Check for the presence of a third. Start that. Nice. And so you can create these little combos for yourself, right? Where you take a handful of actions consecutively, and it just becomes part of your macro play, right? It just becomes part of how you're macroing. I'm moving her closer so that I can shade her into the main and check for tech. What do we see? There's tech out front. There's a roach warren out front. I'm threatening to shade in. Totally gonna shade in. This is 2 base roach. I'm gonna let that finish because opponent chased me too far. If she gets out, she gets out. It's whatever at this point. I wasn't producing adepts there, so that was a mistake. And now we need to get over it. Gas going a little bit quicker. We need a pylon. I spent too long looking at which probe should make that pylon. So now we're down. Oh my god, she lived. What a goddess. What a literal goddess, Tasteless. So we're gonna warp in. I think I am going to choose to do my pressure here. Let's get 3 on this. Not you. Because I think that we need to slow opponent down a little bit. I think we need to slow opponent down a little. It's not actually a wall, but it looks like one. I don't need probes anymore. We need these.
We don't have enough minerals. Need
Oh, we
more
don't need
minerals
this.
for that.
Cancel it! Oh my god.
I think we need more pilots.
Yes, we do.
That'll cost more.
Oh, we just saw some things moving across.
We are of
But maybe we
one
can pull
mind.
opponent back here.
The Templar march to glorious battle. Glorious combat is upon us. Let none deter us. Forward.
This is nice. I like this.
It shall not harm me now. We
I
are
think I pulled opponent's torches back.
to glory.
We're killing infinite drones right now, dude. Cancel. Opponent moved their units. Nice. We've killed all of the workers. Now we don't care what happens. Some
warp
units,
that in.
whatever, make this thing, finish making those gateways.
He is
If we don't
gunning
die,
for
we
warp
win.
that in.
The first
Send this on a nice happy little scout path. Whole position is big brain. It's just because like I don't know how else to do it really. I don't know if it's big brain or if I just didn't kind of describe it.
glorious combat is upon us.
Okay, it's time to fight.
Not enough energy. No, that is more
Let's hockey that, dude. Hockey that.
Glory to the Daemon.
Seemed good. So, let's talk about what happened to opponent here, because that went pretty badly for them. And this easily could have been any of us, right? I could have been on the receiving end of the same dynamic as what I'm about to describe, okay? So, there's a phenomenon in competitive gaming, it kind of, not just video gaming, competitive gaming generally, and maybe even sports, that's referred to as a skill check. And so, maybe the most basic way to explain this to you is remember when you're in Bronze League and somebody 12 pulled you or 6 pulled you, you know, if you're from the before time, the long ago, the first time you got Cannon Rush or 6 pulled or 12 pulled, Whisker Ant, good evening, morning. I hung out with my nephews earlier today, and then I took a nap, which is very uncharacteristic, and then I was awake and I wanted to play StarCraft because we had an amazing stream last night with tons of viewership and new follows and new friends and subs and all sorts, and big raids and hosts. Good morning from Europe, CK, thank you. So yeah, I just wanted to play again, so here I am. I'm loving the game right now, and I'm learning so much.
I'm your biggest
CK,
fan.
thank you for the follow, appreciate that a lot. So I want to talk about the skill check thing, right? Because this, from opponent's angle, probably felt pretty bad. And it could be the kind of thing that if it was me on stream, I'd feel embarrassed losing a game that way. And if it was some of you out in the Twitch chat, maybe you're pissed off, or you go write a Reddit thread, or you're any of that, right? Like, you're smashing keyboards and whatnot. So, skill checks, right? Your first one was probably in Bronze League, and you got Cannon Rush or 12 pulled or 6 pulled or whatever. And what happens is you don't know that you have to do something different if your opponent is playing weird, right? And so it's kind of like a quiz. Your opponent's giving you a little bit of a quiz. Let's watch this from the Zerg's perspective while I kind of talk about this a little bit. So here we've kind of just opened up normally as the Zerg. We're just playing our game, right? This doesn't end in Bronze League, this phenomenon that I'm talking about. It doesn't end in Bronze League. You continue to hit these skill checks all the way up to the very highest MMR possible, right? They just look different. They look more nuanced. So an example of a skill check that I'm currently failing, if you ever play me in a tournament and you're a Terran, if you just load 4 Widow Mines into a medevac and you just... I will lose all of my probes. You just fly 4 of those bad boys, scatter them and smatter them across just my main base, not my natural and my main. Just pick one. It'll just... all of my probes and I'll be sad. And that's not because Widowmine Imba and Terran's the worst or whatever, it's because I haven't learned that skill. So opponent kind of skill checks me there, and I fail the quiz. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to pull my probes. I get scared. I don't react on the minimap quick enough. There's a million reasons why, right? And so that's kind of what happened to this Zerg here. I'm playing a little bit of an off-meta-ish style, although it recently, while I was like on my 2-month break, apparently it came into fashion to do this. I didn't catch that, so I don't know. All Guitar Cheese, you're making me blush. Love the explanations, super spot on. Thank you for the kind words, dude. So here, does opponent have units? Opponent have units? Opponent has 2 Zerglings, so they're playing a little greedy, right? They're going for this, like, they're trying to do this 2-base roach thing, and I scout it, right? Which is why we send this first adept, by the way. Because this is a skill check in the other direction if I don't scout, right? I get caught out, I assume opponent took a third and they're making drones, and all of a sudden a bunch of upgraded roaches show up at my doorstep. So maybe when I was in Platinum or so, I didn't send this adept, because behind the adept, I couldn't keep my macro together while controlling her. And again, recall from what I was saying during that game, I had a lot of ego invested in macroing perfectly as a player, because this is what everybody says, you gotta macro perfectly, right? And Twitch chat will let you know, right? Y'all were telling me I was floating minerals in that PvT that we lost a few games ago. And so I had a hard time developing this skill. So anyway, now I have it, now I see this and I know to react, right? Because opponent is going into this so aggressively, I know from experience that I can get a little bit more done with this adept because I don't see anything challenging it besides queens, and I can kill a couple of workers, right? I was actually very surprised that she got out alive. That's kind of a little bit of luck. I didn't know that she would live. And then note also, while doing this, back home I do forget to queue an adept. So I queue one now, but there should have been another one making during that whole time. I think we can see that really quickly here. So this is a macro mistake. This is the kind of thing I was embarrassed to do before. And I bet you that gateway's idle for a long time. Look at that. Look at this. So from... Watch this. I want to quantify this for you. Okay, so from like 302 until... Holy... 30 seconds already of idle gateway. Over 30 seconds of idle gateway time there, right? Oops, I didn't mean to go back. So let's go back to the Zerg's perspective. We keep watching this through a little bit. So let's get back to the adept killing a couple workers. Okay, so she comes in, right? She comes in, kills like, I think it's 3 drones. Is that right? Maybe 2. So I shade her out right here. I think she gets 3. Yeah. So you get 3 kills, the adept gets out. This is like money adept, right? She unfortunately gets half a kill on the other drone grab. Jokes aside, wholeheartedly agree with Guitar Cheese. Thank you, Whiskering. I appreciate all the kind words. Man, the reception has been so warm. I've been getting so much love since coming back from the big break. It's been really, really nice. So anyway, opponent has an Overlord in position here, but they haven't scouted anything that I'm doing, right? They could be doing that. But see, opponent's hitting ladder opponents right now, and they're kind of doing what I was describing me doing before, right? I've got my build, I've got my plan, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to hope it works against whatever they're doing, because I don't have room in my brain to think about what they're doing. And this is okay, this is totally common. It'll completely work up to Diamond, right? Like, I got to Diamond 2 by doing that, and I'm trying to grow to Diamond 1 or Masters 3 by learning these new skills. So, okay. Kind of nothing happening, opponent's macroing. Opponent could see this mini-map blip, and I think they do, because they send the links. That's good, right? We love that. Send the links across. Oh, I think that was just a link poke, actually. It'd be mid-masters in like 30 hours of practice. I don't know, dude. I've been stuck at Diamond 2 for so long. I was stuck at Diamond 2 forever, Guitar Cheese. I hope I can get to Masters one day. We'll see. I have a lot of big brothers in Masters and GM who really are rooting for me. Okay, so here, right, I saw the the mini-map blip, or I guess maybe the announcer call out that they were fighting. And so I'm like, okay, let's just see what you have, right? Let's just see what you have. A queen? All right, I ain't that nervous about that. Opponent does try something pretty cool here, which is building this spore to kind of block it up. But unfortunately, I've already shaded, so that's not going to cut it, right? We get a couple of drone kills. This is a little bad. I want to be attacking in the main here. And then, okay, I gather it together here. I do gather it together. What is opponent doing? Opponent... So I like this. Opponent's injecting, right? They're in an oh shit situation and they inject. And this is very good, right? But so now, I mean, opponent's doing their best. They've got drones following a queen. They're clearly panicked. They're doing their best to defend the 2 queens, chase my adepts. But I'm being really cagey, right? Reading these whole position kills, this is at micro and stuff. Lower rank than me, and I feel like you're way better than me. I can see can you mess. Thank you, you know, that's really nice. I'm blushing again, damn. I've tried to build up a really solid base of fundamentals, right? But there are a lot of intangibles that you can't see, like multitasking, that I really struggle with. So I think that's why I get a lot of these compliments, but I'm also stuck in that too. Here, we shoot the queen a lot of times. I guess we eventually finish her off. Eric plays smarter than I do, to be honest. I mean, to be fair, I only have to worry about one race. So we've just killed, like, the world of workers, right?